Let me give you guys a close-up on this gravy, you guys. Check that gravy out. Oh, yeah. Now, this gravy technique with the cold water and flour, you can do it any way you want to. But we got us a couple of potatoes, and we're going to go in here and we're going to get us a piece of meat. Okay? Oh, this bowl is hot at the bottom, you guys. Hi guys, how's everybody doing today? Good, because we're back with another video, you guys. Today we are gonna cook us a beef shoulder. Now this beef shoulder is something new to me, okay? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cook a beef shoulders. Okay guys, so we have two blade cuts, I want to say, or steak cut. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this fat off. Okay, we're gonna be careful when you're doing this, because I picked these. I didn't pick them up. My niece picked it up, and she called me. She said, "Auntie, how do you do the beef?" And it's pretty much the same as, I'm gonna say, pulled pork shoulder. So I'm just gonna take some of this off. Let me go in here and cut that on off. And if you get some of the meat, it's okay. But I'm not sure if it's gonna render with certain areas of the the fat being on here. But normally people will put this on a pit. But your girl, her, she thinks outside the box. Even though I do have a smoker, I'm going to put this in the oven. And I know it's going to take a couple of hours. See, this is a rough one. Fatty area. It's not going to cook or render itself. So I'm just going to take this off as much as I could. So you want to make sure you get that. So let me finish getting this fat off, or whatever it's called. I'm not thinking right now. Let's go in it another way. Okay. There we go. Now let's get this piece out. Okay guys, so we have that already. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep the seasoning to a minimum. Okay. Now I'm putting a little smoke flavor on here. Little smoke flavor, because we're not putting it on a barrel. And we're going to go on here and we're going to put us a little mustard, because we want to keep the seasoning simple. Okay. And we also have, I can't even get it open. There we go. We have some barrel barbecue seasoning. And we just going to be delicate with it. And we got, don't forget your black pepper. Now, I'm not going to put any salt on here. And I also have a little seasoning. Because we got to have a little seasoning, right? Now, this brisket, well, it's not a brisket. It's a beef shoulder. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to put this. Oh, yeah, we got to get it in there. It's smelling good already. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to slide our pan. I got to wipe it off. And we're going to put it in this pan just like so. And I'm going to get my little seasoning mix. And I'm going to put it on here. And we're just going to put it just like that. And we're going to put this in the oven, right? We're going to put this in the oven. So, we have it already seasoned and ready for the oven. And we're just going to go lightly with the little water. Nothing major. And I'm going to slide this in the oven. And I'm going to keep an eye on it because it's going to take a couple of hours. More like, I'm going to say 10 hours at most to cook. But meantime, we will be checking into it. Okay, you guys? So, yeah, don't go nowhere. Okay, guys. So, we're 3.5 hours in. And I just wanted to show you guys. This is what it's looking like. You guys. And this one, between the half an hour ago, I had flipped it. You guys. So, yeah, this is the original side. So, yeah, they are turning out so ready. They're not quite there yet. But I wanted to stress this point. At this point, you guys, as you can see, we have us a nice little gravy going on. Well, it's not quite a gravy yet, but this is the beef broth that came off of it. Now, if you wanted to make you some gravy, at this point, you will drain it. Okay? You see all the tad bits in here. You want to get that out. Okay? Let me stop y'all from being so boggy. Let's take you away for a minute. Never mind what you just saw, okay? But anyway, you guys. So we want to check and see. Because I don't work with a thermometer like many others. And, okay. We're going to go ahead. Let me get this out. Because I'm working with one hand. You guys be patient. Okay. So it still has some ways to go. And we're already 3 hours into this process. But meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm most likely going to put a couple of potatoes and some onions around it. And we're going to drain this broth right now. And I'm going to make a thickened agent around it. And I'll carry you guys through that next process. Okay, fam. So we have some potatoes. I have approximately 6 Idaho potatoes, medium size. And as you guys can see, I have my beef roast sitting aside. because I need to dice that. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to season this up. Now I'm using a little Cajun. Or cayenne, what is it? Cajun, cayenne? I don't know why I always mix that up. Because I want to lightly season these potatoes. Because this is the first thing I want to put back in my casserole dish. And that's why I say, you know, guys, it all depends on how far or whatever you want to, you know, do your dish, okay? But when we finish, we're going to have a 1-pot meal. 1 oven roast meal, and yeah, we got our steak or whatever, and we're just gonna slice it. We're just gonna slice it right on down. Now I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can tell that smokiness around, you guys. The border, I guess if I could say the border, okay? And you could tell this steak is good enough. Well, I keep calling it a steak, but you know, it's a roast. And I'm looking at the fact that it is basically, you know, look how tender it is, okay? So it's pretty much done. But what I'm doing is I'm cutting it up because I want to spread it. I want to spread it. Let's get this back over here so it won't get out you guys' way. And we're just going to cut it right on down. And that's what makes this process so easy. To have this meal, well, we're not going to worry about that. To have this meal within the time frame of it actually cooking on a smoker. Because if you cook this on a smoker, it takes 10 hours. And as I told you guys, I had it in the oven for approximately 3 hours. And yeah, these would make terrific sandwiches, like cheddar and beef sandwiches. You know, because I could think of 1,000 things to do with this meal. But I wanted to make it a comfort meal or a hearty meal. So I decided to go with some potatoes around it and onions. But we're going to put it back in here. And we're going to let it do what it do. Because once we put it in here, we're not going to disturb it until it's ready. Now when cutting it up, please make sure you don't hurt yourself. Especially if you're not an expert. And really, I'm truly not an expert, but you guys, I have many years in the kitchen. Many years. Okay, so we got all of this right here. Now my next step, that broth I told you guys about. Here we go. We got the broth right here. Let me give me a spoon. Because this is one of my comfort days. And I have some flour right here. And I'm just going to pour it on over in here. Because this is going to be my thickening agent. Might need some more. But we'll see. And we're going to just go on and get the lumps on out of here. You know, I don't have a whisk. Every time I go and I know I need to get one, I just don't ever get it. But I'm from the old school, you guys. From the old school. So I'm going to need a little more flour. Give me a minute. Okay, guys, so I got me a little more flour. I'm just going to put me a little more in here. And we're going to get all the lumps out. Now this is an easy meal to make. You can also make pork shoulder this way. All you have to do is just follow the basic steps. If you have a pork shoulder or chuck roast, you know, because we're doing a beef roast today. But I'm sure if you look in my description, you will see where I have had made these before. Okay, so now we're over at the stove. As you guys see, I was layering everything prior to you guys seeing it. So now what we're going to do is pour this gravy right on over in here. Now if you feel like you need a little more beef gravy, by all means, you could use water if you don't have any more beef gravy. But I wanted to do it with the natural beef gravy that came with it. So I'm going to add a little more because I have some extra beef gravy. Because we want this to be super comforting as we go. And it's okay. Do I feel like I have enough? I'm going to say no. So I'm going to reach back here and I'm going to get me some water. And I'm going to put it in this container. And we're just going to put us a layer of water. Right? Because once it's finished, baby, this is going to be a terrific meal. Because we want to make sure that all these potatoes is covered with that goodness. Over here, I like to do natural cooking. And I'm making sure all of it is smothered. So I really can't say how much of what, if any, you should have, right? Gonna fit that right on in there, just like so. Because it's gonna come together, you guys. It's gonna come together. We got some of them goodness onions up in here. That's what we're gonna do. Let's get it all down in here. Right? Oh my goodness. If you guys can smell the aroma, let me cut that water off. And I'm gonna put this back into the oven, you guys, and let it cook and finish its way on cooking. And that's what we're gonna do. Let me put some foil. Let's lock in this because we really don't need the meat to do any more cooking as far as browning. We just need to bring this together now. So we're going to cover this up and we're going to slide it back in the oven and we're going to check on it in approximately another hour. So guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at this deliciousness, you guys. But hey, let me say this before we take a look at this. You guys, I need you guys, if you are women and you love cosmetic, please go over to Affirmative Cosmetic is in my description. And yeah, go check out our supply line of lipstick and eyelashes, you guys. Go check that out. Look at this deliciousness, you guys. Oh my heavens. Check it out. So what we have here is some good old gravy that we have made. And it's coming into a thickness. So it'll be ready in a minute. Yes, you guys. So I'm going to slide this back in because I wanted to see how was it coming along. And it is. So now I'm going to slide this back in approximately for another 15-20 minutes because we want to make sure our potatoes are good and cooking good. And yeah, so far we are at this point. Hey guys, so we're at the end. So what we have is some delicious homemade fresh beef, or you could say beef roast, chuck roast. But let me get something so I can sample it, okay? So we can sample it as a whole. Okay, so yeah, look at the rich gravy. Now you guys saw on the previous clip of the gravy that I did have. I wasn't too much satisfied with that gravy, so what I did was I added me a little more flour, okay? We went with a little more flour and cold water, and we thickened it much up, okay? So let me give you guys a close-up on this gravy, you guys. Check that gravy out. Oh, yeah. Now, this gravy technique with the cold water and flour, you can do it any way you want to. But we got us a couple of potatoes, and we're going to go in here and we're going to get us a piece of meat. Okay? Oh, this bowl is hot at the bottom, you guys. So we're going to get us a piece of this meat. Look at the meat, you guys. I got to go with a small piece. And the potatoes are fork tender, as you guys can tell. But we're going to start off. How did it taste? Okay, well, your girl got to go in. So don't forget to check out Affirmative Cosmetic. You guys, this recipe is dedicated to my niece. I don't really want to tell you her name, but, you know, she was inquiring, how do she cook it? And I told her, it's similar to making a pot roast. Oven roast potatoes. And you can also put this meat on the grill. It'll take you a little longer. Maybe about 10 to 12 hours, depending on the size of the meat. But as you guys can tell, melts right in your mouth. You guys, this is so delicious. Try this recipe with your friends and your family. They will love it. You will love it. Just so, it's such a comfort food. Let me turn this off. Bake it at 375. And like I said, approximately 5 hours. But in between of cooking the meat alone, at least give it, I would say 3 hours. Depending on how many pounds you have. Let's take this bite. So delicious. You guys, if you want to see more videos of much more comfort food, go into my playlist and check out the videos, you guys. You will be surprised. Hopefully I have something that you're interested in. And you can share this video with any and everyone. Let them know what your girl is doing on this channel. I am bringing you comfort southern food. Like your mom or your auntie or your grandma used to cook. Okay, I'm bringing it back into each and every one of you guys' family. You don't have to stay in the kitchen all day, because Miss T gonna teach you the easy and the simple ways. of making a delicious meal. Oh, excuse me, you guys. But I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, bundle up, get you some comfort food, and kick back and relax. On your next day off. That's what I'm going to say. On your next day off. Kick back and relax and eat you some comfort food. And try one of my recipes. Thanks to Miss Butler. I definitely will hashtag her name. She tried one of my recipes. And that's what I'm going to do. If you try a recipe, please let me know. So therefore, I can leave you in my description. You guys, because hey, I love sharing. And I love sending you simple ingredients to a comfort dish that will amaze you and your family. So sending much love from my house to yours. Bye-bye.